Welcome to the Canine Optimal Training Solution YouTube channel. Figured I'd do a little introduction video for those of you who maybe just happen to stumble across my page. You're not sure who I am, or maybe you watched a video and you're like, who the hell's this guy that gives him merit to talk about any of this? So, my name's Jake Fink. I am the trainer and owner at Canine Optimal Training Solutions here in Michigan. I got involved in dogs in about 2011 when I became an explosive detection dog handler in the Army. When I got out of the Army, I started doing some research on pet training. There were some differences for sure between pet training and working dogs, so I started to learn. I spent some time mentoring under a couple other trainers. One of them was a force-free, positive-only trainer. The other one was claimed to be balanced, was definitely more compulsion-based. I took some things from both. There was things I saw that I was like, man, there's got to be a happy medium here. I've always looked at kind of in getting information for dog training as a tools for my toolbox thing. There are things that I have used from both of those trainers in certain situations, right? Depends on the dog, depends on what I'm trying to accomplish, things of that nature. Went on from there. I became an animal control deputy here in my local county, where I decided to try my best to help the dogs around the area. I saw a lot of dogs getting rehomed over little things that really could have been fixed. That's really what started to drive my passion even further into dog training. Finally decided to say, screw it, I'm going to do this for real. I did it on the side for several years. I finally made the dive that, hey, this is my full-time job now. I do a wide range of training, everything from behavioral modification to basic obedience training for pets. I work a lot. I work with some civilians that are doing like nose work trials. I've done some deer tracking stuff. And then I also have some police teams that I train with. So, I'm not saying I know everything, but I certainly have accumulated some knowledge. A lot of it through hands-on experience. I have a good network of other trainers that I talk to that I can also pick the brains of when I need to. I'm I like to consider myself a philosophy-based trainer instead of a method-based trainer. I guess technically I would fall under what's considered balanced trainers nowadays, but I don't really like the term because it has been muddied over the years by not real balanced trainers. So I always tell everybody, my goal is to train the owner more than it is to train the dog. I want the dog owner to know to understand the concepts of how your dog learns, maybe some methods that go around using those concepts and how to manipulate those concepts and, the way your dog learns. But it's more about getting the dog owner to understand their dog and how to communicate it, how to communicate with them. I focus heavily on the relationship between the dog owner and the dog. I think that plays a critical part in having a well-mannered, well-enjoyed dog. I tell everybody, when I got into this, my goal was I wanted to help dog owners and dogs learn to enjoy their life together. I meant that from the bottom of my heart. I still mean that. I have dogs. I love spending time with my dogs. I want other people to enjoy their dogs too. Nobody gets a dog with the idea of, man, I hope this makes my life worse. So I have that goal in mind all the time. Anytime I'm doing any training, I'm now decided to extend that. It's time to do some YouTube videos, maybe just little tidbits here and there, some information. I'll probably upload some videos of some dogs I've handled as well and worked with and trained. But figured I'd introduce myself, some experience I have, and maybe y'all think I'm full of shit. I don't know. But I just figured I would share myself out here for everybody, share some information. Take it with a grain of salt if you need to. Agree with it, disagree with it. At the end of the day, my hope is that you see some of these videos and maybe take away one or two things that you can use at some point. Even if maybe it's not tomorrow you use it, maybe it's not today, maybe in 4 years you're another trainer, and maybe in a few years here or something, you come across the dog that information is going to end up helping you. I don't know. I've done that before. I've listened to some podcasts. I've talked to trainers. I've been to a seminar where they've said some stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't really resonate right now. Like to me, that doesn't make sense. I'm thinking about the dogs at the time, right, where I'm sitting in that class and I'm working the dogs I currently have that I'm working with. And I'm like, none of this is gonna work with them. But then all of a sudden, one day I get a dog. I'm trying things, like man, nothing's working, and then I'm like, I'm gonna try that. Maybe that'll work. And then bam, it works, right? So tools for your toolbox. Hopefully I can give you some. And like, subscribe. I'm gonna try to get some content up here when I can. In the meantime, take it easy.